So Eluthani Kavingnyar, poor man, with the crown of his head, bleeding all the time, with pus formation, and suffering like this, he always used to bring his poem for evaluation to the Sangam. And whenever he brought it, he ran into a lot of obstacles, just as you run into a lot of obstacles. When you try to do something, the city pounces on you and criticizes you. The same thing happens there also. You have to be very careful. And whenever he bought it, there was another poet called Ottai Koothar. And he was really a very strict man. And just as some of you people are fond of teasing others, he was fond of teasing the poets because he was really a great poet. He really knew his subject. So always he was very, very fond of criticizing and running down and rejecting outright the works of many of the poets. And his favorite target was Eluthani Siddha, Eluthani Kavingnyar, the person who was called the steel pen poet. So whenever he brought a poem, this man will criticize it. I mean, I'm telling you, that type of criticism is really something which is heart-rending. Just as you people trying to paint this whole house, then I come and find fault that this is not all right. You simply tear your heart to pieces. The same thing happened in the case of this poet. To give an example, one poet, I mean, you have to be very, very intelligent and sharp and shrewd and cute to be able to have your works accepted by the great academies of Tamil. And for example, one poet sang like this. It's very beautiful, isn't it, to see the plants and the trees. As you know that 4 into 4, 16 square foot of lawn is far more valuable than a skyscraper building for a family of 5. It's able to provide you with all the prana and the vital energy that you need. So always trees and plants and everything was considered to be very sacred and beautiful from the standpoint of Tamil and yoga. So the poet sings a song along these lines. You see, the lily is blossoming. The jasmine flower is blossoming. On the white petals, the 5 petals of the jasmine has blossomed. And when it is blossomed, you don't send a poster inviting all it. Immediately the honeybee comes and sits on those blossoms and drinks that nectar and buzzes all the time. This is the beautiful natural scene that is being described by the Siddha in his poem. He says, the honeybee is an alcoholic. Don't send him to Alcoholic Anonymous. He comes and sits on that flower and starts blowing the trumpet. That is how the Siddha the poet is describing the honeybee coming and sitting on that white trumpet of a flower and is blowing the trumpet, the great trumpet of victory and music and joy. It's a very beautiful scene to be described, isn't it? When such a scene is described and he tries to express it and sing it, then starts people like Otai Kota. Look here, that is wrong. So what is wrong about it? A beautiful scene, so vividly described, with a lot of metaphor, with a lot of force about it. Instead of trying to glorify it, he criticizes it. No, look here, I will not accept it. Why not? You said that the honeybee is blowing the trumpet? Yes. How do you blow a trumpet? The trumpet has got a big mouth and a small nozzle. You blow through the trumpet. So do you mean to say the honeybee is blowing from the base of the flower? It is ridiculous. So he says, Poral Kutram, it is a faulty matter of conception. Look here. Do you think you people ever feel like submitting your thesis to such an academy? No. You'll run away for your life. But the poet who composes it rises to the occasion. Look here. There is no Poral Kutram. It is not wrong. Why? Because the honeybee is an alcoholic. He is intoxicated by drinking the nectar of the flower. He doesn't know which is the nozzle and which is the open part. So he comes to the wrong part and sings and blows the trumpet. Like that, a very sharp and cute poet can always meet the criticism of this great academy. So, the Eluthani Siddha, the Eluthani Kavingnyar, whenever he spoke and whenever he brought his poems, Otai Kota tore it to pieces. This really drove him mad. He couldn't have any of his great poems accepted. This went on and finally, look here, this is very important. I want you people to understand this. Mun kobakkarodu enanga vendam. This is what the great Siddhas have been teaching. Never associate with bad-tempered people. Never be bad-tempered. The three great obstacles which prevents human beings from blossoming into Siddhas is Kamam, Krodham, Lobham. Kamam is sex. Krodham is anger. Lobham is miserliness, cheapskates. All these three people cannot progress along the path.